Hey, good morning everybody, and welcome to the vlog. It's bright and early. We are excited because we are heading on a little adventure today. We're heading to the Cleveland, Ohio area to a really cool shop that has amazing animals just to go see what they have. And now, who knows, maybe we'll even pick a couple things up. What do you say we just push our problems aside and hit the road? And we finally made it down here into the Cleveland area, and I tell you what, this place is amazing. Some really beautiful animals, starting with this red-eyed crocodile skink. Now, so many people love these things, and so many people are like, Brian, you need to put red-eyed crocodile skinks into the reptarium. And I agree, they are some of the coolest looking animals. I mean, look at how prehistoric, absolutely amazing, beautiful animals. The problem is they do hide an awful lot. I mean, they don't like to be out in the open, and they really don't like to be mucked with that much. So even though we're spending a little bit of time with this little monkey right here, we're gonna put it back pretty soon. And they don't just make a great pet for a zoo like we have, but one day maybe I'll set something up and just say, hey, look at this beautiful environment, and you might not be able to see the animal, but it's pretty darn cool. But nevertheless, definitely really cool animals. And I tell you what, they are definitely amazing little critters. Again, not sure I'll ever get one, but maybe I will. And trust me, there is a lot to see here, so we're gonna have a great time just going around and seeing some really eclectic reptiles. The thing I love about this place is just all the really eclectic, crazy stuff that they have. Of course, this is a caramel albino mangrove snake, and you'll see a little bit something about this tomorrow, but I'm not going to give that away. But wow, what a cool animal. You guys know I love all the cat-eyed snakes, the boegas, and I tell you, a caramel albino is just ridiculous. It's got that purple and yellow thing going on. Whoo, doggy, I tell you what, that is one gorgeous snake. Now I'm here with Mike, who of course kind of helps run this place and knows a whole lot about these snakes. So what do we have here?
We have here an albino radiated rat snake.
Gosh, I love it.
This one's about a year old. Really cool snake, really underrated. They're used in like snake shows over in Thailand and everything like that.
Yeah, because they have a lot of like big threat display. They're kind of whippy. They'll puff up and stuff like that. Also pretty high production animals too. You can have a lot of babies from little, they call them trinket snakes sometimes as well. So absolutely amazing.
And of course, this one is, you know, quite used to people, so not going to display too much, but their throat will puff up really big, almost like a puffing snake.
Absolutely.
And they're really cool.
Yeah, and it's something that you saw like years ago. You saw a lot of albino radiates. Now you hardly ever see them. So it's really cool to see them here. And that's the thing that's cool about Scales and Tails of Ohio, is that there's all those snakes that I remember 10, 12 years ago that you never see, they seem to have. You guys know I love garter snakes, and this thing is ridiculous. Of course, this is a blue garter snake, and originally I thought like, oh, is that one of those Florida blues, because they look similar, but these are actually way cooler, the contrast, and these actually come from the Puget Sounds area. So these are a Pacific Northwest animal, and my goodness, that is incredible. Now you do get a lot of those like red spotted and red sided garter snakes in those areas too, but the blue ones are ridiculous. I tell you what, I haven't actually ever seen these in person, and I tell you what, I am blown away. When they have babies, I'm getting some for sure. And then this one is actually an axanthic. Of course, it's lacking that yellow, right? Because most mangrove snakes are black and yellow, but this one is black and white. And of course, again, I'll have a little bit of a surprise on this tomorrow too, so I'm going to be giving too much stuff away. But wow, this thing is in shed, but still looks absolutely breathtaking. I mean, whoo, doggy. Tell you, man, I love this place. And keeping on with the mangroves, this is the Celoaces that are actually black as adults. I mean, look at that animal. Of course, the normal ones would be yellow banded. These guys as babies actually are really banded, even like twice the bands of the normal mangrove, but as they get bigger, they turn jet black. Definitely one of my favorites, and I tell you what, that is an impressive snake right there. And over at the Reptarium, we of course have an albino king rat. Of course, we call it Gramps because it's one of our older snakes, but these are the kind of more normal, but they really aren't very normal. These are beautiful.
This one right here is the female, that one is the male.
It's crazy how like light this one is and how dark this one is. That's amazing.
That's kind of why we picked them out, because they're very contrasting and just really beautiful snakes. And I think they get a bad reputation for being quite nasty, but as you can see, I mean, not the case at all.
Yeah, the ones we have now are super tame. The ones we used to have used to want to bite our faces off. I'm not even going to lie to you. But the ones we have now are super docile, and it's definitely been a snake I haven't been in love with. And I don't have any normals, so I have to get some as soon as you guys produce for sure.
Couple years.
Couple years. All right. And speaking of Oregon red-spotted garter snakes, right here they are, and they can range. This one's kind of orange. They can be really red as well. And this is an adult animal right here, able to be bred, which is pretty crazy. Again, all garter snakes are live-bearing animals. These guys are really cool. And again, when I was out in Oregon once, I had the opportunity and pleasure of actually catching a bunch of these guys. Absolutely incredible. Of course, you know how I go when I catch stuff. I catch it, I look at it, I may take a picture, and then I let it go, right? But this is absolutely cool to see these guys. I mean, just incredible. I definitely have to add a bunch more garter snakes in the coming years to the collection. Of course, I work with African house snakes. You know, we get the brown ones, the black ones, stuff like that. These are kind of my faves for sure. These are the Aurora house snakes. And this, that green with kind of a little bit of red and orange popping through. They have the cool eye thing going on. These things are incredible. They're also sexually dimorphic, meaning that the males stay much smaller than the females. Highly prolific as well. You know, 4, 5, 6, sometimes even 7 clutches of eggs per year. So definitely, once again, every snake that I see here at Scales and Tails, I'm like, I need to get some more of those. So these guys are going to get a lot of my money over the next couple years, because every time they produce cool snakes like this, I'm buying them. And once again, Mike did it. He showed me some snakes that I've never even seen. I didn't even know these guys existed. So these are Armenian rat snakes?
Armenian rat snakes.
Oh my God.
They're from Armenia. They're just a really rare rat snake that I guess is not too different from a black rat or you know, anything else that is common, but they're quite uncommon.
Yeah, so common over there probably, but I don't know too many herpetologists in Armenia, so probably don't get very many collected out there. These are really cool, and again, a very unusual snake. They remind me a little bit of like a pitchwophis and a rat snake mixed or something like that. Right. Really interesting. Maybe a little fox snake even in there, you know? It's kind of interesting. So definitely cool. I mean, see, even after all these years, I'm still finding snakes that I've never seen before. This is a cool little guy here. This is actually another beauty snake. You guys know we work with Chinese and Taiwan beauties, but this is actually what they call a cave-dwelling rat snake, or a Tiniera ridleyi. Just a very interesting snake. Has that kind of bluish head, kind of goes into a grayish, greenish thing, and then ends with like a black tail with a racing stripe. I mean, just a really cool animal for sure. Love beauty snakes, and these happen to be, whoa, one of my favorites for sure. So Noah's along for the ride, so we're gonna go ahead and let Noah mess with this water monitor a little bit.
Yo. This is Kaima.
Kaima.
Kaima?
Kaima.
That's nice.
Kaima. She has a different pattern than Elvis, because she's got more circles and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
just locality stuff, yep, exactly. Of course, a girl too, so she's big, chunky. She does look like she might have some eggs in there.
She lays eggs about every 3 months, so.
I love lizards. I don't know why. I feel like they're very doggish, you know? Like you're more of a snake guy.
Yeah.
You really connect to those the legless lizards. But I like to see more home base. Oh my God, look at that claw. It's digging so deep in my nipple.
In my mouth.
Right in the mouth.
Oh my God, this is not good.
So obviously this thing is absolutely incredible. This is a female water monitor produced by Kevin over at Nerd, ironically enough, just like Elvis. But this girl is beautiful, and she actually lays eggs at this size. You can see she's pretty plump right now, so wouldn't be surprised if she has some eggs brewing in there. But really beautiful, nice patterning, really super tame, habituated, socialized. Just another amazing animal. We all have male monitors, so at some point we're going to have to probably get some females. Of course, we have Abasuku, I guess, but that's it, right? So nevertheless, cool animal and a cool display here right as soon as you walk in the door. Of course, mainly I'm highlighting the things that are really unusual, but there's a lot of really kind of cool, like ball pythons and the normal pet trait type of stuff. But this in the ball python is definitely unusual. This is actually a blackhead jigsaw, which is the Mojave and the pinstripe. And I've been talking about how I want to get into blackhead after I visited Mike at Rarest Reptiles. And I tell you what, this thing is cool. This could be a pretty cool addition for my blackhead colony, right? Just to get it started, but I don't know. It's definitely a good mutation. We took a look at the Oregon red-spotted garter snakes. These are actually the California red-sided garter snakes. And it's interesting how, I mean, there are so many species and subspecies of Thamnophis with garter snakes. It's absolutely incredible. And this little monkey is holding on tight right here. But look at how beautiful. It's got that bluish kind of turquoise red sides. I mean, these things are unbelievable. Definitely, I'm telling you guys, I started my passion of reptiles with garter snakes, and I think I need to end it with a huge group of garter snakes here in the next couple years. And this has definitely rekindled my passion. Every one of these garter snakes we've seen here has been breathtaking. Garter snakes, garter snakes, garter snakes are us. This is actually an albino radix, but it's a really interesting pattern one. This is what they call a Great Plains, but normally they don't have all the red coming in the sides. It's a much more bland animal typically. We have albinos, melanistics, and even snows, but I've never seen an albino that has had so much orange in it before. Definitely a very unique animal, very cool. Again, so many cool eclectic snakes here. This is actually an albino Korean rat snake. Again, you just do not see these around hardly ever. I love it. It's really bringing back my kind of teenage years when all of these snakes were kind of so common being bred. Nowadays, you hardly ever see them, and it is so cool to see that they're still out there, they're still being bred, and it's definitely time for me to start adding more of these to the collection. Another really cool snake here are actually the Russian rat snakes, or what they would call shrank-eye. Interestingly enough, these guys actually turn black and yellow when they get older. So this is the juvenile color, and they'll go through kind of an octogenic color change. Interesting little story. When I was dating Lori, I actually bought her a pair of Russian rat snakes for Valentine's Day. And just to tell you, that was the last time I ever bought Lori any snakes for Valentine's Day, or any celebration for that matter. What an amazing time and some amazing animals. Again, these guys are actually moving shop here in just a couple weeks, so I'll put a link in the description if you're in the Cleveland area. If you're here in the next couple weeks, you can come visit this location. If not, you can visit them when they actually get to their new location. I'm definitely going to be back. Amazing animals, and they're going to be shipping me some pretty cool stuff. As a matter of fact, tomorrow we may see something coming, so let's see what happens. But nevertheless, let's go ahead, get on the road, and get back to the Reptarium. Every city I go to, I try to go to something iconic, you know what I mean? So this is pretty iconic. This is the Cleveland sign with the Cleveland in the background.
What makes this iconic? This is a sign.
It's a sign, Cleveland.
What is so iconic about that?
I'm in awe. I can hardly, I'm speechless.
I can tell.
It's pretty amazing. Cleveland, Noah. I told you I'd take you places.
Thank you so much. I'm in.
Is it good? Alright, what's got you down, man?
What got me down is I got no dogs. I got dogs all over. My dogs aren't here.
Y'all better now?
Never had a better moment in my life. Remember I made that video titled "The Best Day of My Life"? Like, oh, that's nice, like your kids were.
Gotcha.
Brian, what are you doing?
I guess I get to have a signed bun at Tony Paco's. I'm pretty excited about this, to be honest with you. There it is. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
And I will give that to my manager, and they'll take it upstairs, and then they'll put it in like a box and stuff.
Oh,
Let's go. Right
Yeah,
back
thank
for
you, thank you, thank you. That's awesome. That's it, man. I mean, you never know what's going to happen. You know, dreams do come true. Finally back here at the shop. It's been a long day of travel, but it's been absolutely incredible. What amazing animals. I was so excited to see those. Oh, and by the way, tomorrow you're going to want to tune in because I do have some special things that I may have picked out once I was there. If you enjoyed this video, here's a playlist of us doing a bunch of really cool stuff as well. You can also do me a really huge favor. Right up here, subscribe to my podcast channel called Checking In. I think you guys will enjoy it. Please get me to 3,000 over here on this vlog channel. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Turn your post notifications on. Have an absolutely wonderful day. Remember, be kind to someone, and I promise I'll see you tomorrow.